Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mic Drop Monday with Elisa, LaShell, the empowerment specialist. I am so glad to be here again for another Monday night. I am going to give you guys an opportunity to join me live for tonight's segment. I am so excited about it. I believe it's going to be an amazing topic that we're going to talk about. Valencia, hey, dear, thank you so much for joining. I think it's going to be an amazing topic, one that a lot of people don't do a lot of talking about, but we're really going to dig in deep and deal with some things. Laverne, welcome. Thank you so much. If you're not too scared, hey, Olivia. And if you're not too self-conscious and not too ashamed to admit that sometimes you feel like you're losing your mind, I need you on here tonight. Hey, Felisa Gervin, woman of God, thank you so much for being on. If you know you have some friends, hey, Carlencia, and you guys know that you all have talked about, yeah, you know what? Sometimes we feel like we're losing our minds. Tyler, hello and welcome. Erica McCrae, hello, Dr. McCrae. Thank you for being in the house. I just appreciate you guys. I'm good, Olivia. Hey, Jennifer. Thank you for being on today. Moultrie is in the house, and I'm so grateful for them. Hey, Jennifer. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited to see you guys. Listen, I'm telling you all that tonight is one of those things where people don't talk a lot about this thing on the front end. Hey, Tina, but it's one of those things that we deal with way down on the inside. And so what I'm doing tonight, as we deal with our minds, as we deal with how we feel sometimes in our head, like we're going crazy. And I know, on the outside, a lot of us, hey, Carsey, looks like we have it together. We're all that. Life is on and popping. But there are some times where you literally feel as though you are about to lose your mind. Teresa, hello. Thanks for watching from Fitzgerald. So listen, I need everybody. Again, this is one of those topics where y'all already know I'm real, raw, and relevant. Chris Curve is in the house. Thank you, sir, for being here. And you guys know that I get right to the heart of the matter. Jacques, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining. You guys know by this time that I'm going to get right on in the front. Bernetta, hello and welcome. So if you know of somebody, Yolanda, thank you so much for joining, that needs to be on here. If you know that you've had this conversation with somebody, my cousin Sharon's on. Hey, Sharon. And you're saying, you know what, we were just talking about, I'm going to go crazy. If this doesn't happen, if this doesn't change, hey, Yancy, I am going to lose my mind. Or if you've ever said, I'm just about right here. If I get one more push, if somebody tip me over just a little bit, I don't need much. Hey, Kim, you're saying, I'm almost there. Listen, if that is you, then you need to be here tonight. Hey, Cynthia, if you know there are some people who are on the brink of sanity. Hello, Esmeralda. Thank you so much for being on. You're holding on by a thread. I'm talking about, hey, Arzella, you're barely holding on. You're saying, you know what? Tupac, the Reverend Doctor, late Reverend Dr. Tupac said, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. And you're feeling like I'm almost there. My cousin Will is on. Thank you so much. West Palm Beach is in the house. And if you know some people and hey, Charles, that they're on the brink of just letting it all go. Hey, Tamika, I need you guys to share this. Use your power of influence to get Mic Drop Monday out there. Brenda's watching from North Carolina. Get your people on tonight because tonight it is going to be for real. I'm talking about we're getting to the heart of the matter. And it's funny that I came up with this topic, or it was dropped on me last week, and I wrote it down. Hey, Claire, thank you so much for watching. So this topic was brought to me last week. It was kind of in my mind, in my heart. I was thinking about it. And then when I started looking at the news and I started looking at the things that were happening in the world, I was like, wow, this is so on point. And a lot of the times because of our titles, a lot of times because of our responsibilities. Some of us, we wear these titles. We're somebody's wife. We're somebody's dad. We're somebody's husband. We're somebody's leader. We're somebody's mama. We're somebody's something. And sometimes there's nobody to really check us and check on us emotionally and mentally. What's going on in our head? If we were to tell the truth, a lot of us don't want to admit, thank you, Erica, that You know what? It's some things that are going on in my head. Thank you guys that are sharing. Hey, Barbara, I appreciate that so much. There are some things that are going on in my mind that I'm kind of sometimes afraid to admit. Callie Huey Walker, my realtor, is on. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And so listen, Pastor D is on. Thank you so much, D. Harvey, for being in the house. Sheila is in the house. Thank you so much. Hey, Brenda, thank you and welcome. Betty Stevens is in the house. Listen, I really appreciate you. Hey, Kathy, you guys that come and join in. I really appreciate when you guys share this because we're able to reach people. This is able to get to people. My cousin is on. Hey, ma'am, that, you don't normally reach. And when I start seeing, and it's been going on for a while, those of you all that follow me know that last year I did this segment about how to be okay when you're not okay. Hey, Tanya. And I came up with this saying, and I actually have been seeing it this year a lot, where I say that it's okay not to be okay, but it is not okay to stay that way. Hey, Aquarius, can you hear me? I'm going to say that one more time. It's okay not to be okay, but it is not okay to stay that way. And so tonight, we're dealing with that. What happens when you're staying okay? It's okay when I'm not okay. It's okay when I'm having a bad day. It's okay when I'm just, I'm not feeling it. It's okay when I'm kind of off sometimes. But when you're staying that way, when you're thinking every day, you're kind of saying, I'm on the cusp. I'm on the edge. Somebody put the song up. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying, but it takes an effort not to lose my head. Come on now. And then you even say the rest of that song says, I get the feeling sometimes it makes me wonder why they want to take me under. Why y'all trying to push me out? What's going on? You want me to lose my mind. And so again, it's okay not to be okay. Because we all have our bad days, but it is not okay to stay that way. There are some times it is a misnomer. It is crazy to think that every day will be sunshine. It is impossible that every single day things are going to be on the up and up. And so it's okay to say, you know what, today I'm not feeling it. You know what, I don't want to be bothered today, but I'm not okay. I'm not okay. That's okay. Woman of God, Tanya is in the house. Thank you so much. But listen, it's not okay to stay that way. It's not okay to stay in that pit. At some point, you have to say, whoa, wait a minute. I got to level up. I have to get out of this place because there are some things that I have to do. There are some people that I have to reach. There are some things that are on the inside of me that has to get out. And so it's okay not to be okay. But it is not okay to stay that way. And so thank you all that are joining and watching. Thank you all even more so that's sharing this video, because tonight we're going to deal with, listen, am I losing my mind? Let me just go ahead and ask the question, am I going crazy? Because sometimes I literally feel like I am going crazy. Rhonda Stood is in the house. Hey, hon, thank you for joining. And so tonight, we're going to deal with how to save your sanity. It's time to send out an SOS and say, listen, you know what? If somebody doesn't check me, if somebody doesn't help me reel this thing back in, I'm going to go there. I'm this close. All I need is a push. Some of us, all I need is a nudge, and I'm out. And so tonight, I really want to deal with, am I losing my mind? I really want to deal with, sometimes I feel like I am losing my mind. And so thank you that are already typing in SOS. I need y'all to send in a SOS tonight. Just type in the comment SOS. Listen, this is a signal to say, come save us. Come on, I need to save myself because sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. And so I need to save my sanity. How do I bring my mind back in? How do I get my thoughts back in alignment? How do I get myself back to the point where I don't want to give up? How do I get myself back to the point where I don't want to let go? How do I get myself back to the point where I don't want to throw in the towel? How do I get myself back to the point where I don't want to just call it quits? How do I get myself to the point where I don't want to give up on me and on everybody else? I see everybody typing in SOS. Listen, you better send out a signal that says SOS, because a lot of times we're walking around trying to be superheroes and we're acting like we don't need anybody and we're acting like we don't need anything. But every now and again, you better press that button and type in SOS, because there are times where, listen, I need to be saved. I need to be rescued. Tonight, what needs to be rescued is our sanity. it can sometimes feel as though the pressures of life are literally trying to press the life out of us. There are so many things going on that are trying to steal our joy. Linda Lee is back in the house. I'm so grateful that you're here. There are so many times that things are trying to steal our joy. There are so many times where things are trying to steal my peace. There are so many times where things are trying to steal our sanity. So we have to get to the point where we say, listen, thank you guys that are typing it in, SOS. Save our sanity. That's the SOS that you guys are sending me out tonight. I see you all typing it in the comments. Type in SOS, save our sanity, because I'm close to the edge and I'm trying not to lose my head. But I get the feeling sometimes it makes me wonder why they trying to take us under. The people, they're out to get me. What is going on? I take 2 steps forward and I feel like I got pushed 2 steps backwards. What is going on? Why can't I hold on to my peace of mind? Listen, my granny is in the house. Hey, granny. Why is it sometimes that we literally feel like we are going crazy? Now, we don't want to admit that. We think we have friends that we can tell stuff to, and we think that we can have people in church that we can tell things to, and our coworkers, but you mess around and tell them too much, and all of a sudden they're going to start giving you the side eye. And so a lot of times we repress those things. A lot of times we hold them in, and we don't want to tell the truth, which is I'm losing my mind, or I feel like I am losing my mind. But tonight we're sending out an SOS. Listen, save our sanity. My peace matters. Can you type that in the comments? This is how we're going to get free tonight. I need everybody to type in, my peace matters. See, what happens to us a lot of times is we're so concerned with everybody else. We're so concerned with everything else. We're so concerned with what's going on that we're out there. We're trying to be the superhero. We're out there and we're trying to help everybody. We're out there and we're trying to save everybody else. But this SOS is for me. Save our sanity. Why? Because my peace matters. And that really is the meat of the matter a lot of times. We take for granted our own peace. We take for granted our own sanity, our own peace of mind, our own mental health. Thank you, Tosh. We take for granted that, listen, my peace matters. How I feel, my ability to go to bed at night and lie down and stay asleep, it matters. My ability to not live in worry and dysfunction, that matters. My ability to not always be stressed out, it matters. My peace matters. And so tonight, if you haven't already, hit that share button, because you don't know who is out there that needs to know that, listen, your sanity can be saved. Your peace really matters. And sometimes what happens is the strong person is the one that never gets taken care of. The person that always has it for everybody else. The person that always comes through for everybody else. The person that always looks on the surface like they have it on. Sometimes is the person that's barely holding on to their sanity, that's barely holding on to their peace, that's barely holding on to what it is that they have. But because they're holding on to everybody else's well-being, they're never able to let go and focus on them. I hope this message is for you tonight, because tonight we are going to deal with SOS, save our sanity. Listen, how to save your sanity. Get your peace back. My peace matters. It is important. And so we're sending out an SOS tonight. My husband is on. Hey, Keith. And so I'm so grateful for all of you guys that have joined. If you haven't already, let me give you one more second to press that share button and get your friends on, get your coworkers on, get your church people on, and get people in your group on, because you don't know who is fighting a secret battle where they feel like they're losing their mind. There are so many men that are out there trying to be the provider, trying to make it happen, trying to put it all together, trying to be strong, and they're saying, I'm about to lose my mind. So many things are on me. I'm trying to take care of my house. I'm trying to take care of my children. I'm trying to provide for my wife. I'm trying to keep the bills paid. But sometimes I don't have any help. I don't have any safe haven. I don't have a place to go. There are so many women out there, single moms, that are trying to take care of those children, that are trying to work, that are trying to go to school, and they're sitting there saying, but who is speaking to my mental state? Who is helping me? There are so many wives out there that's taking care of hubby, that's taking care of the children, that's keeping the house together. But at the end of the day, you feel like you are barely holding on to your sanity. Thank you guys that are showing up tonight. I'm glad you're saying that this is for you because I felt led to do this last week. It came on me. Hey, SOS, send out a SOS. It's time to save our sanity. It's time to get to the point where we recognize that our peace matters. It is important. There is no way that I can be out there and be a superhero, and at the end of the day, I don't even have the ability to go home and rest in peace. See, resting in peace isn't just for the dead. Well, listen, that was a mic drop. I need somebody to type that in the comments. I just dropped the mic. Rest in peace is not just for the dead. Resting in peace is for those of us that are alive. So many of us are not able to rest in peace. We have sleepless nights. We have nights where we're tossing and turning. We have nights where we're staying up all the time. And it's because nobody is trying to save our sanity. There's no SOS that's coming out to us. Nobody is helping us realize that, listen, my peace matters. And so listen, rest in peace isn't just for the dead. It's for those of us that are living, those of us that look and say, goodness, when is the last time I had a good time? When is the last time that I just went through the day and I just let my day be all about me? When is the last time that I woke up and I wasn't stressed out? When is the last time that I got out of bed and didn't feel tired? When is the last time that I did something for me instead of for everybody else? When is the last time that I actually received and didn't just give? And so rest in peace isn't just for the dead. Rest in peace is for us. There are so many of us that are on the brink of losing our sanity. Our children are driving us crazy. Our loved ones are driving us crazy. Our jobs are driving us crazy. Our lack of is driving us crazy. And we're barely holding on. We're trying to do everything that we know to do. And a lot of us don't want to say, listen, I feel like I'm about to lose my mind, because we feel like that's not scriptural. Oh, I don't want to go to hell if I admit that I'm about to lose my mind. Listen. Resting in peace is for the living. It's not just for the dead. My peace matters. And so tonight, and I hope you guys are sharing, because I am off the chain already today. Tonight, I'm off the chain. I am ready to go in tonight. If you've ever found yourself in the place where you feel like you're getting tension headaches, and I know I'm probably flowing prophetically, you're getting migraines all the time. You're trying to figure out, is it my eyes? I don't know what's going on lately with me. Listen, stress, because you're feeling like, wait a minute, I don't have any peace. I don't have any peace of mind. I don't have any peace of spirit. I don't have any peace in who I am. I don't have any peace in my purpose. Come on. And so tonight, I'm dropping the mic already, y'all. I'm already flowing. We're dealing with, am I losing my mind? Thank you so much, Pastor D. Listen, you guys share this because, and let me just say this, as it has been shown today, there are so many people that are prominent that are struggling silently. And so sometimes we kind of feel like, well, I don't want to share this because I don't want this person to see it. Listen, there are pastors and leaders and people that are doctors and lawyers and people in high position that are dealing with losing their minds. They feel as though they are losing their sanity. And because they don't feel like they can say it, because nobody has created a safe place, a safe haven for them to be able to confide in without putting them all out, without holding it against them, without using it as collateral damage. So many times we hide from the fact that, listen, my sanity is at stake. And so I told everybody as you guys came on to type in SOS, save our sanity, because my peace matters. And so that's why I had you guys, I dropped the first mic already for those of you guys that are just joining. And I said, rest in peace isn't just for the dead. Oh, no. Rest in peace is for those of us that are living, that are not able to have quiet, a rest in our spirits, that are not able to have any peace inside of our hearts, any peace inside in our psyche. And so I know that this message is on time. Thank you guys so much for sharing, because you're helping save somebody else's sanity when you hit that share button. For those of you guys that are watching the replay, I'm Elisa LaShell, the Empowerment Specialist. This is Mic Drop Monday. And on Mic Drop Monday, I say that Mic Drop Monday is for three things. It's to get help, hope, and healing from the inside out. If you're new, I have this motto that I've always used that says you can't fix what you won't face. You can't fix what you won't face. And so a lot of times we're walking around and we're wondering why we're still broken. We're wondering why we're still cracked. We're wondering why we're still seeping out. It's because you can't fix what you won't face. And so tonight we are dealing with, am I losing my mind? Now, I'll go ahead and tell you this. And guys, most of you all are new, are old. You watch with me, but there are a couple of you guys that are new. So let me quickly give you guys the rules for Mic Drop Monday. Mic Drop Monday is very interactive. I love to interact with you guys. Even if I can't comment on while I'm watching you guys, I always go and read every single comment that's made. So here's what we do. For Mic Drop Monday, if I say something like earlier, I dropped the mic and said that rest in peace is not just for the dead, it's for the living. That was a mic drop. If you hear me drop a mic, I want you to put a microphone emoji to let me know, hey, she just dropped the mic. Or you can just type the words mic drop into the comments. Secondly, if I say something and you say, wow, that's me, I'm dealing with that. My daddy's on. Hey, daddy. And if you say, wow, that's me. I deal with that. I say that. I went through that. I need you to type in, I see me. Because what you're doing is you're getting some accountability. You're saying, listen, let me not front. Let me try to be great. Let me not try to be, in front of everybody. Let me tell the truth. I see me. I've dealt with that. I've been through that. So type in real simply, I see me. Last but not least, I'm going to make a couple of points. And if you guys will do me a favor and type some of them in if you can, as you hear me talking about them, because sometimes it's the repetition that keeps it in our spirit that allows us to be able to go back and read. So many people come back to Mic Drop and they were like, she made 5 points. Let me see if somebody typed it in the comments. And some of you guys are so sweet and you do that for me. And so I appreciate that. And I see so many new people coming on. Welcome to Mic Drop Monday. So we're dealing with, am I losing my mind? Well, the short answer is absolutely not. That is highly unlikely. Losing my mind, going crazy, feeling hysterical. All of these things really are an indication that you're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling anxiety. These are intense states of panic, or guess what else? Disassociation. I'm going to teach tonight. Listen, the Queen of Restoration, the Purpose and Prosperity Prophet Coach is on. My dear friend Shamika Dean is in the house. Welcome, Shamika. If you guys are not following her on YouTube, make sure you do that. She's amazing. And so what happens is we start feeling an intense feeling of anxiety. We start feeling overwhelmed. Or check this out. For us to feel like we're losing our minds, sometimes it means we're feeling disassociated. Like we just feel like we're apart from everybody else. Like we just don't click. Like everybody else has this going on, but not us. Or everybody else is doing this and we're left out. Listen, I'm talking about, am I losing my mind? Sometimes it can feel like you're just cut off from the world. Oh, you're just out there floating, out there winging it, barely getting by. And so what will happen is there are certain indications that our body will give us that will let us know, hey, whoa, you're feeling some kind of way, like you're losing your mind. And I'm going to call that out tonight because I want to make sure that we are able to listen. How can we dictate? How can we watch ourselves? Kawamba D is in the house. How can we see? Wait a minute. Is my body trying to make me feel like I'm losing my mind? Oh no, we're going to call that out tonight so that we can get some help, some hope, and some healing. And so listen, for those of you all that say, well, wait a minute, is that even biblical? I don't even know if that's in the word. Well, let me help you guys with that really quick. The Bible says in Romans 12:2, it says, and be not conformed to the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. What am I saying? That the only way you can get out of the place where you don't feel like you're losing your mind and going crazy is that your mind has to be renewed. It's that you have to get to the point where there's some new information that comes in. You have to get the scales off of your eyes so that your perception shifts, so that you can see yourself differently. Because if you don't renew your mind, you're going to think that you're going crazy. If you don't renew your mind, you're going to be close to the edge. If you don't lose your mind, you're going to be like Reverend Tupac and say, I ain't a killer, but listen, don't push me because I'm not responsible for what I might do in response to you pushing me, because some of us don't even know how close to the edge we are. I'm dropping the mic. Hear me. Some of us have spent so much time being passive aggressive, acting as though we're not at the brink of disaster, pretending like we're okay. You wonder why people blow up all of a sudden. And you think to yourself, I don't know why she went off like that. I don't know what made him break like this. No, there was a process. It's called losing my mind for a reason. It means that somewhere something started. The dysfunction started way back here. But guess what? We're just now coming to realize it. We're just now coming into awareness. We're just now deciding to acknowledge it. We're just now deciding to accept the fact that, wait a minute, something is wrong. And so be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And tonight we are going to renew our mind. So now I'm going to begin by giving you 5 things that make us feel like we're losing our minds. They all start with an F. 5 F's. And 5 ways we flunk. 5 F's that make us feel as though we are losing our minds. And I'm going to teach because you guys know that's my method. I like to teach. And so 5 things that make us feel like we're losing our mind. Number 1, finances. Somebody should type that in the comments. I'm talking about 5 things that make us feel like we're losing our minds. Number 1, finances. Oh yeah, money will make you feel like you are losing your mind. You don't have enough of it. You're trying to get it. It won't seem to stay in your bank account. Money, one minute you're getting it, the next minute you're letting it go. Money, finances will make you feel as though you are losing your mind. Running after, people love saying, I'm trying to secure the bag. I'm chasing that paper. Listen, getting out there constantly hustling, trying to make ends meet. Men that are constantly out there, just out there trying to beat the clock, trying to get it together. Finances will make you feel as though you are losing your mind. You're sitting up at night wondering, how am I going to pay my bills? You're sitting up at night wondering, how am I going to pay for this girl to go to school? How am I going to get that boy a car? How am I going to get this taken care of? Finances will make you feel as though you are losing your mind. You're doing all you can do. Hey, Barbara, you're trying to make money. You're trying to balance it. You're trying to take care of your needs. But then you're thinking, well, listen, I also want some of the things that I want. So I don't want to just be paying bills and not have anything extra. But sometimes it feels like the minute you get out there and do a little something for you, all hell breaks loose. Finances. I'm talking about 5 things that will make you lose your mind. And number 1 is finances. Trying to balance your budget, trying to take care of things in your home, finances, and it's never enough. You're saying, goodness, I did this one thing and then look what happened. I finally made some money and then the truck tore up. I finally started paying my tithe and then look at this. Look at all hell is breaking loose. Finances will make you feel as though you are losing your mind. The second F, family. Oh, I'm just dropping the mic all the way down tonight. Family is number 2. Will make you feel as though you are losing your mind. We just got to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us God. Family will make you lose your mind. Maybe it's your husband. He acting a fool. He's making you feel like you are going to lose your mind. It might be your wife. She acting crazy. You feel like she's going to make you lose your mind. The children are all over the place. They make you feel like I'm just going to lose my mind. Those grandchildren, just crazy. Brothers and sisters won't do right. You left to take care of mama. Nobody's helping you. Family, they being haters. As soon as you were doing bad, everybody was in your corner. The minute you start trying to do better, the minute you start trying to get out there, all of a sudden they don't have anything to say. And you're thinking, but y'all are family. Y'all should have my back. But y'all are my family. I expect to be supported by you. Family, they're the ones that's always begging. They're the ones that's always asking. They're the ones that's always mooching. They're the ones that's always sabotaging sometimes. Family, if you're not careful, will make you feel like you are losing your mind. They will drain you of your sanity. They will drain you of your peace. They will drain you of every dime you get in your hand. Family, you're trying to be responsible. You want to take care of them. You don't like to say no to them, but they are robbing you of your peace. Family is number 2, will make you feel as though you are losing your mind. Number 3, failure. I said the 5 F's that make you think you're losing your mind. Number 3 is failure. Failure will make you feel as though you are losing your mind. Somewhere within us, we are afraid to fail. We don't want to flunk. We don't want to mess up. We don't want to be embarrassed. And so what we will do is we will self-sabotage. We will keep ourselves from launching out into the deep. We will keep ourselves from going after what we know we were called to do. We will hide our greatness. We will dim down our light because we are afraid of failure. We know we can do it. We know we should do it. We could, but fear of failure will cause you to feel as though you are losing your mind. And so you're walking around saying, man, that should be me. You're looking at other people out there being great and you're saying, I should be doing that. You're looking at people prospering and you're looking at people just out there on their platform and you saying, man, I'm about to lose my mind because I'm watching other people do what I need to be doing. I'm watching other people have what I feel like I should be entitled to. So failure will have you feeling like you are going to lose your mind. I'm talking about, am I losing my mind on this Mic Drop Monday? Number 4, the fourth thing that will make you feel like you're losing your mind is fear. Oh yeah, fear. Fear will make you feel like you are losing your mind. You can just be bomb on the outside, but a scary cat on the inside. Oh yeah, you're tough when you're talking and you're giving other people advice and when you're helping other people be great. But when it comes to you with your scary self, you got fear. You're scared to go out there and do that. You're scared to launch that. You're scared to put yourself out there. You're scared to say no. You're scared to turn that away. You're scared to say not this time. You're scared. Fear will make you feel like you are losing your mind because fear keeps you from purpose. Fear keeps you from investing in yourself. Fear keeps you from believing in your own worth. Fear keeps you from trusting people. Fear keeps you from launching out in the deep because you're saying, I'd rather deal with the hell I know than the hell I don't know. Fear will keep you in a bad relationship. I'm flowing prophetically now. Fear will keep you with somebody that is no good for you because you're scared to put yourself out there and start over. You're saying, but this is my clutch. I'm just so used to being with them. They just know me. So let me just make that happen when I know it's toxic. Fear. Because you're scared to go to the next level. Fear will cause you to dress like other people want you to dress. Will cause you to look like other people want you to look. Will cause you to behave like other people want you to behave because you're scared. Well, what if they don't receive this me? Well, what if they don't like this person that I am? Well, what if they won't support the things that I'm trying to do? Fear will make you feel as though you are losing your mind. Fear keeps you from purpose. I hope I'm helping tonight. Number 5, the final thing, I talk about 5 F's, 5 things that make us feel like we're losing our minds. The last F is fatigue. Fatigue, feeling tired. It will make you feel as though you are losing your mind. Fatigue will make you feel like you're losing your mind when you're not getting enough rest. I dropped the mic at the end of this segment and I said, rest in peace isn't just for the dead, it's for the living. Oh yeah, y'all talking about when people dead, well, rest in peace. They already dead. But what about those of us that are living that can't have a good night's sleep, that don't know how to walk around in life, but because our mind is a battlefield? Listen, this SOS tonight is for us. We're saying save our sanity. My peace matters. And so fatigue will make you feel like you are losing your mind. Some of you guys are tired. You're tired in your mind. You're tired in your emotions. You're tired in your spirit. You're tired. You're tired of carrying burdens that don't belong to you. You're tired of trying to puff up people's potential when you really recognize their reality. You're tired of taking up everybody else's cross because they don't want to carry it themselves. You're tired of not just having to do good for you, but you got to go to work because you know your family going to be calling you needing something the next day. Fatigue, you're tired mentally. You're tired of always trying to figure out everything. You're tired of always trying to figure out how in the world can I make this happen. You're tired of figuring out, Lord, what else can I do to save this marriage? What else can I do to save this relationship? Fatigue will make you feel like you are losing your mind. You're tired and you have no strength. You're tired and you have no joy. You're tired and you have no peace. You're tired and there is nothing on the inside of you that's inciting you to go into greater because of fatigue. And we don't know how to say, I'm tired. We used to say this back in church, there's no rest for the weary. And we said it like it was something to brag about. Listen, rest in the Lord, the word says. We don't know how to rest. And so, 5 things as my recap. 5 things that make us feel like we are losing our minds. Number 1, finances. Finances is the first one. Finances will make you feel as though you are losing your mind, not being able to make ends meet, thinking about things that you want to do and wondering, where in the world am I going to get the finances for to make that happen? Finances is the first one. Number 2, family will make you feel as though you're going to lose your mind, trying to take care of everybody, trying to be there for everybody, not getting the support you need from your family. You out there trying to do for mom and them, but everybody else out there living their best life and not helping you. Family will make you lose your mind. You trying to help them do right. You trying to support them, and they turn around and they're in the same mess next week, not listening to anything you said. And there you go again, trying to be the superhero. Family was number 2. Will make you feel like you are losing your mind. Number 3, failure. Failure will make you feel like you are losing your mind. You're just saying, you know what? If I do it and I fail, then who am I really? What is my purpose? And so you're out there looking at everybody else be great. And you're saying, wow, look at them out there living their best life. Look at them having everything that I'm supposed to have. But I'm afraid to fail. Which leads me to number 4, fear. Fear will make you feel as though you're losing your mind. Just scared to say no, scared to shut that pocketbook and say, I don't have it for you this week. Scared to say, if you can't prove yourself, you can't have me. Scared to walk away from toxic relationships because you're thinking that nobody's going to want you later. Scared to launch out there into your career and into your purpose because you're wondering if people are even going to support you. Scared. Fear will make you feel like you are losing your mind. Fear will keep you from getting that raise. Fear will keep you from going after that opportunity. Fear will keep you from launching into what you are supposed to do because you're saying, but what if it doesn't happen? And then you're losing your mind because you're fighting against who you are and who you could be. Ooh, I just dropped the mic. Did you hear what I said? When you live in fear, you spend your time fighting who you are against who you could be. Well, who I am is just getting by, but I could be prosperous. Well, here I am just, with a career, but you could have purpose. Here I am just going through with this relationship, but you could be into greater. And so fear keeps us from walking into purpose, and it keeps us feeling like we're losing our minds. And last but not least, fatigue. Fatigue will make us feel like we are losing our minds. We're tired. People, we're tired for always being the one that show up, for always being the one that's the one that you can count on, for always being the one that everybody expects to have, for always being the one that everybody can depend on. We're fatigued. We are tired. We want to shut down sometimes, but we're sitting there saying, but if I shut down, what are they going to do? I told y'all, and I keep telling y'all, you better recognize that everybody has a plan B. Stop letting people think that you're their one and only. I gotta do it because if I don't do it, nobody else will. I can promise you they'll just go to part B, their plan B, whoever takes care of them when you finally say no. I hope I'm helping. Finances, family, failure, fear, and fatigue are the 5 things that make us feel like we are losing our minds. I see so many of you guys are joining. Thank you all so much. Make sure that you're hitting that share button because there are so many people. I just saw a lady that says she doesn't even know how she stumbled onto this, but it is right on time. My sis Tia's in the house. Thank you so much. Everybody take a moment and share this video because I believe that this is going to bring help, hope, and healing to somebody. And so the 5 things, once again, that makes us feel like we're losing our minds. If you just came on, go back and watch the recap. Finances, family, failure, fear, and fatigue. Now I'm shifting. In psychotherapy, there are 2 states. One of them that when we feel like we're going to lose our minds, there are 2 states we have. One of them is called hyperarousal and one of them is called disassociation. And I'm going to show you how to look on the inside of you and figure out, wait a minute, am I operating in a place where I'm of insanity? That's a question. You ought to ask yourself tonight, am I operating in insanity? Oh my goodness. Listen to me. Ask yourself this real, raw, but relevant question. Am I operating in insanity? This is what we're dealing with tonight on this Mic Drop Monday. Am I losing my mind? You ask yourself a hard question. And if you're not sure whether or not you are, guess what? I'm getting ready to give you the signs so that you can check yourself, as the old song says, before you wreck yourself. Am I operating in insanity? And so in psychotherapy, there are two different levels that we can operate from. It can be either hyperarousal or disassociation. And these are two extremes that make us feel as though we are operating in insanity. Now, losing your mind could feel like a lot of different things. And sometimes we don't even know that we're on the brink of disaster. Sometimes we don't even know. We're not even able to recognize whether or not we're operating in insanity because we don't know how to look at it and discern what this really is. And so tonight, I just gave you the 5 things that causes us to feel as though we're losing our minds. And so now I'm going to let you know, listen, let's deal with this thing from the inside out. In psychotherapy, again, there are two extremes, hyperarousal and disassociation, that give you triggers where your body is speaking to you. Your body is saying, hey, you need to check this. Hey, you might need to think about yourself on this one. You could be close to that edge, trying not to lose your head. So here we go. Symptoms of hyperarousal. Listen, this could be a sign that you're on the brink of insanity. And I'm talking about the SOS tonight is save our sanity. My peace matters. Number 1, if you have hair trigger emotions. Oh yeah, hair trigger emotions, meaning in a minute you get mad. In a minute you can start crying. In a minute you start feeling panic. I'm talking about you go from 0 to 100 at the drop of a dime. That is a form of hyperarousal. You don't even rev up to it. Just somebody says the wrong thing. Somebody acts a certain kind of way. Maybe somebody ignores you or didn't see you and all of a sudden, they must be getting ready to leave me. What? I'm panicking. This is abandonment coming up. You're just all of a sudden somebody says something and you just say, whoa, wait a minute. What was that tone? Now you're ready to fight. I'm talking about quickly. Hair trigger emotions is a sign. Thank you guys that are telling the truth and saying, you know what, I see me. Hair trigger emotions is a sign of hypersensitivity. I'm trying to help you recognize, listen, I need to know if I am on a road to destruction so that I can bring this thing back in because I want to walk in sanity. I want to walk in peace. I want to prosper even and be in health, even as my soul prospers. My son, the airman Michael Sanders, is on. Hey, sugar, I love you. And so tonight, we're dealing with some signs of hyperarousal, which is one of the indicators that we might be feeling like we're losing our minds. Another one is you start feeling breathlessness. You're feeling like you're out of breath. You're constantly feeling like you're having heart palpitations. Your pulse is always racing. I don't know what that is. Is that a panic attack? You're breathing, you're out of breath. Your heart starts beating real fast. Your pulse is racing. Just for no apparent reason, a thought could run through your head. And all of a sudden, you feel like your heart is fluttering. And you're saying, what is that? Listen, it could be repressed emotions that is saying, hey, if you don't get to some understanding and some clarity, if you don't get some help, some hope, and some healing, you could be on that edge. Here's another one. You're easily startled. You jump real quick. Something happens and you're just, you scared me. You startled me. Just quickly for no reason at all. Didn't watch a scary movie. In walking around in a dark alley. You're just you're very easily jumpy. You're real jumpy. If somebody does something, you say, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I just brushed against you. What's the problem? That's an indication, listen, of hypersensitivity, which is a sign that perhaps you could be dealing with an edge. You're close to the edge. And we're tonight talking about SOS, save our sanity. I'm giving indicators that show we might be operating in hypersensitivity, in hyperarousal. That's a clue that, listen, I might be trying to lose my mind. Here's a big one. Headaches, knotted stomach. You got butterflies in your stomach, or you deal with a lot of acid reflux. I used to be guilty of it. Listen, this is how I started figuring out what was going on with me. Your head is constantly hurting. You're popping Tylenol all the time. I mean, you're popping Advil, Tylenol. You're popping them, Aleve, like they're candy, because you're constantly having headaches and you can't figure out, why is my head always hurt? What is that? Or you have knots in your stomach. Your stomach is always on. My Uncle Bobo is on. Hey, Uncle Aaron. And you have butterflies in your stomach. And you're just saying, what is that? I don't know. Is this irritable bowel syndrome? What is going on with my stomach? I feel like I'm going to get an ulcer. Listen, these are indicators that you have hyperarousal. Listen. And you thinking it feel like butterflies. I don't know what I feel it. Something must be trying to warn me of something in my spirit. No, it could just be that you're on the edge. Hear me. Acid reflux. Constantly. You're always taking Zantac. Listen, I'm telling you guys what I know. I've been there. Constantly popping Zantacs. Constantly popping these acid reducers like, oh goodness, I can't eat anything with onions in it. I can't eat anything spicy because this acid reflux, I don't know where it comes from. It's all in my throat. I don't know what that is. Hear me. That is an indicator of something greater. Hear me. It's an indicator that there's something else going on the inside of you. And that's why I'm doing this Mic Drop Monday tonight, because we want to deal with ourselves from the inside out. You can't fix what you won't face. Here's another one. Listen at this. High tension in your back, in your neck, in your shoulders. Oh my good, I'm telling y'all, I'm a living witness. I've been through this. Your back is always hurting. You having, oh my goodness, right at your neck area. I'm talking to somebody tonight that's watching, that's saying, oh goodness, that's me. Your neck, your back, you're saying, oh, if I had the money, I would go to a physical therapist, because what is that? I just told you, you're carrying weight that doesn't belong to you. It's all in your back. Your back is watching. Your shoulders hurting. Those are burdens. Your neck, that's because you're trying to carry. It's too much going on up here. Listen, spiritually, psychologically, and it is causing you to hurt all in your neck, all in your back, all in your shoulders, aching. And you're trying to figure out, what is that? I'm popping muscle relaxers every night. Hyperarousal, which is a sign. Listen, you might be on the edge, my friend, and I'm trying to pull you back in. SOS. Save our sanity. Here's another one. Listen, this is big. Trembling, shaking, or sweating. It's not even that hot, and you get to trembling or shaking. You just got this nervous tick on you, or you just sweating. You're just saying, I know I'm not flashing. What is that? You're just constantly, your palms are just getting sweaty. You're trembling, you're shaking, and you can't figure out, oh my goodness, what is going on with me? Listen, hyperarousal. My sis Belinda's on. Thank you so much. Hyperarousal. And then the last thing that is hyperarousal is avoidance tendencies. Avoidance. Every time something stressful happens, oh, you tuck tail and run. Oh, it's about to be some drama. I'm going the other way. I'll just lie down and go to sleep and wait till it disappears. I'll pretend like I didn't see it. I'll pretend like I didn't hear it. If I see some drama about to happen, let me just get in the car and just drive away. Just avoidance strategies. You're just coming up with ways to avoid things that's right in front of you. I can't handle that. Oh, I can't deal with that. Oh, that's too much for me. Oh, I'm not going to be able to. No. Avoidance strategies. Listen, because normally if there is an issue, we need to confront it so that we can get in front of it. But, did you hear that mic drop? You confront it so that you can get in front of it. But when you find yourself having avoidance strategies, you're coming up with the way you feel overwhelmed, and the first thing you want to do is go to sleep. You feel overwhelmed, and the first thing you do is, I need to go eat. I just need to give me some ice cream. I got to go to Baskin Robbins. The first time you start to feel stress or confrontation, let me just go away. Let me start to cry. So that'll just shut the whole conversation down. Let me just get in my car and drive off. Let me just shut down like I don't hear anything. Those are avoidance strategies, and it is a sign, a symptom of hyperarousal. These are signs that say, listen, you need to pay attention when your body is speaking, because I'm trying to tell you something. Last Monday, I dealt with anger issues, and I said my anger is speaking. But listen, your body is trying to tell you something. And you've got to say to yourself, my body is speaking. Somebody should type it in the comments. My body is speaking. And so, are you listening? That's the question. If your body is speaking, are you listening? Well, you might as well call me the body whisperer tonight, because I'm getting ready to tell you and I'm showing you what your body is really saying to you. Now, I talked about hyperarousal as a sign that you're on the edge, that you might be at the place where your sanity is slipping. Well, there's another side of that, and that's disassociation. Yeah. See, sometimes we think that losing our minds means that we're just so hyped. We're just in front of this. We're just doing all of this. But sometimes our sanity could be slipping because of disassociation. Your body is speaking, but are you listening? Well, I'm helping you tonight. So here are some signs of disassociation. If you feel yourself going numb, or you feel your mind just drawing a blank. I don't know. I don't know. You feel yourself just going numb. I can't feel anything. I don't feel happy. I don't feel sad. I don't feel any kind of way. Either do it or don't do it, or come through, or I don't even know. I don't even think I care. Feeling numb or just going blank. That is a sign of disassociation. Your body is speaking, but are you listening? I'm helping you listen to your body tonight. If you feel extreme panic or overwhelming feelings, listen, that's your body speaking. If you start feeling like you're disconnected from yourself, like you say, well, I was doing it, but I just felt like my body was going through the motions, but my mind was somewhere else. Your body is speaking to you. I was just there, but honey, I didn't even feel that. I was far from it. Your body's going through the motions, but your mind is somewhere else. Here's another symptom: incessant worrying or screenplaying in your head. You're consistently sitting thinking about worst case scenarios. You're playing out the worst case scenario in your head. You're just saying, oh Lord, well, what if this happened? And then I lose my money, and then I can't pay my bills. And the next thing I know, they're coming to repo my car. And then they're putting the eviction notice on my apartment. And then what am I going to do? And what if I let my child, I can't take him to the doctor because money is low. And then somebody reports him. And next thing I know, they're going to be trying to take my children, or my husband didn't answer the phone. Well, maybe he out there somewhere looking at some other woman, being with somebody else because I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Just listen. Incessant worrying. You're screenplaying. You're just putting things in front of your mind and just going left with it. Oh, I hope I am walking down your street and knocking on your front door tonight. Because that's the only way you can get help, hope, and healing. You can't fix what you won't face. And so incessant worrying, just screenplaying the worst case scenarios in your head, just all distraught. One little thing happening, all of a sudden you've lost your mind. Listen, here's another symptom. I'm dealing with disassociation. This is the other side of it. You start feeling a detachment from other people. All of a sudden, you feel yourself on the inside pulling back, shutting down. I'm around you, but I'm not really with you. I'm talking to you, but I'm really not going to connect with you. You feel yourself detaching from people, even people you love, even people that you're with. You're wondering, what is that? Why am I feeling so cold and so distant? Why am I feeling so nonchalant? Why am I feeling so, what is that disconnect? We were like this, but now I don't want to be bothered. I'm looking at the phone ringing and I'm saying, I'm not answering this. You just start disconnecting. I'm talking about signs of insanity tonight. We need to recognize, am I losing my mind? Emotional withdrawal. You're shutting down. You used to just, things happen and you were just so passionate about it and you just cared about it. And then all of a sudden you start saying, no. I'm shutting down. It's too much for me. And so let me just shut down. That's too overwhelming. So I'm just going to retreat within my own self. I just leave me with my own thoughts. Just leave me with my own emotions. Just leave me to myself. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know it. Emotional withdrawal. You start shutting down. I'm trying to tell you, these are signs. And here is the last one, feeling abandoned. This is a sign that, hey, wait a minute, this is a disassociation sign that shows you, wait a minute, I might be on the brink of insanity. You start feeling abandoned, like everybody else is going out there being great but me. They just left me. Everybody else out there had their finances together and I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. Everybody else out there getting new stuff and I'm barely holding on, but I'm faithful, but I'm the one always helping people, but I'm the one that's always there. And I'm just feeling abandoned. I'm feeling left out. I'm feeling overlooked. I'm feeling cheated. I'm feeling robbed. What is that? There is a feeling that you have on the inside of you where you feel abandoned. And so each of these extremes, whether it's hyperarousal or whether it is disassociation, these are two extremes that psychotherapy tells us, hey, you could be dealing with insanity. You could be dealing with being in the place where you feel like you're about to lose your mind. I hope I'm helping. Thank you guys that are being so honest tonight about the things that I'm talking about. And I know I'm going deep. I know I'm hitting at the heart of the matter. But I appreciate so many of you guys that are saying, I see me. Because so many times people are all on social media and we'll share these clips where people are being foolish and showing their behinds and fighting and acting a fool. But then we're still left empty. We're still distraught. We're still worrying. We still have these loads that we're carrying. But tonight I said, no. I need to get to the meat of the matter. Too many of us are walking around feeling like we are on the brink of insanity, where we are this close from going crazy, but we don't know how to admit it and nobody's speaking to it. Where is the help? Where is the hope? Where is the healing? And so, if you're not losing your mind, because I told you at the beginning, you are certainly not losing your mind. And I hope you guys that are just coming on are sharing this, because this is something that I believe is going to bring help, hope, and healing to those secret things, those things on the inside of us that we don't express, that we can't talk about because we're always doing for everybody else. Angela C. Gray is on. Thank you, woman of God. Those things where we don't really put any stake into our emotional healing. We don't really put any effort into our state of being emotionally and mentally. And so we're out there just winging it. We're out there just trying to make it. And we pat it down with religion. And we pat it down with social media posts. And we pat it down with good clothes and good hair. And we just keep going and we're still empty. And we're bleeding. We're walking around, we're bleeding out. We're going to work, we're bleeding out. We're raising our children and we're bleeding on them. We're trying to love our husbands, our wives, our significant others, and we're bleeding because we feel like we're losing our minds. And so, you guys know I never give you an issue without a solution. And so tonight, you ask the question, well, if I'm not losing my mind, or if I feel like Elisa, LaShell, those 5 things that you said that make me feel like I'm losing my mind, the finances, the family, the failure, the fear, and the fatigue, that was me. Those things about hyperarousal and disassociation, that was me. What do I do? Where do I go from here, as my granddad used to say? Well, I am going to give you 4 things to do, and then I'm going to tell you 6 ways to save your sanity. I hope you're ready, because this is the help, the hope, and the healing. So 4 things you have to do to prepare to save your sanity. Number 1, slow down. Slow down. 2 simple words. Slow down. You're doing too much. You're doing it too fast. Slow down. Slow down. Stop. Here's the thing. We've got to, somewhere we've confused slowing down and stopping. When somebody tells us to slow down, we think that means, but I'm being inactive, but I'm not being productive. You're telling me to quit. No, I said slow down. There's a saying that says Rome wasn't built in a day. Slow down. Listen, you have to say to yourself, wait a minute. Today, I'm only going to do this much for other people, but I'm going to do this much for me. So if that means that between the hours of 10 and 1 o'clock, I'll help my family, I'll do whatever everybody else kind of needs me to do. But after 1 o'clock, it's my time. I don't care if I want to read or sleep or pray or eat, whatever I want to do, that's my time. Slow down. You're doing too much, and you're doing too much of it. Slow down. The race is not given to the swift. Listen, not the strong. Just he that endureth to the end. Take your time, baby. Travel light. Slow down. Number 2, ground yourself. Now, this is a good one because a lot of times the reason why we feel like we're going crazy, the reason why we feel like our finances and our family and failure and fatigue and fear makes us feel like we're going crazy is because we're not grounded. We haven't gotten a solid place. The Bible says in James 1:8, I believe, that a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Ground yourself. Pick a side. We say that in my household all the time. We have a joke in our family that we're always saying, listen, choose a side. Pick a side. Either be hot or be cold, but being lukewarm isn't it. And so what happens is we're tired and we feel like we're going crazy because we don't know how to make decisions. We're just so passive aggressive. We're just, I don't know. I can't choose. Ground yourself. Make a decision and stick with it. My no is my no, or my yes is my yes. Stop jumping from one thing to another. Well, today I want to be a psychologist, and tomorrow I want to do hair, and then the next day I'm going to be an author, and then next week I think I'm going to open a daycare. Ground yourself. Get in one solid place and master that. Ground yourself. Show yourself solid in one consistent place in your life. You're not seeing any fruit because you're just everywhere, just from one place to another. Ground yourself. I'm talking about how do you get to a place where you say, I got to bring my mind back in. Number 1, slow down. Stop trying to do everything all at once. Number 2, ground yourself. Get to the place where you get solid in who you are. Get solid in what it is that you want and what it is that you do not want. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Everything is going to be unstable. So ground yourself. Next, and this is important, build internal awareness. Build internal awareness. A lot of times we know what's going on with everybody else, but we don't even know how to discern what our body is telling us. We don't even know how to discern those symptoms that I just gave you guys. We didn't even know that our body was telling us that it was on the brink of insanity. Listen, build internal awareness. When I start breathing hard, what does that mean? When I start feeling my palms start getting sweaty, wait a minute, I need to stop and check that. What does that mean? When I start feeling butterflies in my stomach, what does that mean? When my head and my back starts hurting, wait a minute. What does that mean? Build some internal awareness. Start figuring out how to talk your body's language. That was a mic drop. You better figure out how to talk your body's language. So many times we're trying to figure out what are men really saying? What do women really want? Listen, figure out how to translate the words that are coming out of your body. What are my emotions really saying? What is my resistance really saying? What is that? Why do I do that? What triggers me? Figure out. Internal awareness. The Bible says, I think it's in Romans 8:6, is to be carnal minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. In other words, our bodies are mind, body, and spirit. And a lot of times we're not in tune to the spirit part. We just ignore that. Oh, we just look over. Oh, sure. We'll jump up if our body is hungry and feed it. Sure. If our body is lonely, we'll find companionship. But what about when your body is screaming, I am on the brink of insanity? What about the times when your body is screaming, I really need help? I really don't want to be here. I really don't want to be doing this. I really want more. I really want to get out of this place that I am in. Learn how to translate your body's language. Your body is speaking, but are you listening? And so build internal awareness. And number 4, regulate your emotions. Regulate your emotions. Stop going left. Stop going all the way left. Just lose your mind. One little simple thing happened and you just flip all the way out. Cussing and hollering and screaming and just acting a fool. Bring that in. Listen, regulate your emotions. Or one little thing happens, somebody didn't hit the like on your post, they forgot to call you back, and all of a sudden you suicidal, you ready to jump off a bridge. Listen, regulate your emotions. Bring that back in. Regulate yourself. Stop allowing everything to throw you completely off. You just let it throw you to the left or the right. You just lose your mind. You don't even know how to breathe without that. Regulate your emotions. Why? Listen, you got to regulate your emotions because even the Bible says, 2 Timothy 1:7, God didn't give us the spirit of fear. But listen, power, love, and listen at this third tool he gave us, a sound mind. God wants us to walk in sanity. Can I tell you that again for the people in the back? He wants us to walk in sanity. And so sometimes, that's right, Gigi, that's what I was getting ready to do. You can't regulate your emotions because you're on one extreme or another. Either you holding on so tight, you want to control everything. You want to just, wait a minute, I need to dictate what everybody's doing at every single time. And if it doesn't happen like this, and if it doesn't happen this way, I'm going to lose my mind because I have a fear of losing control. My mind needs regulated. I'm going all the way left. Everybody controls my emotions. Just anybody can make me mad, and I'm on Facebook throwing up a post trying to throw shade. Just anything, and I can't even eat. Now I can't even enjoy my meal. That just ruined my whole day. I'm going to be out for the rest of the week. Regulate your emotions. I hope I'm helping you. Before I leave, I'm going to give you 6 ways to SOS, save our sanity. And I hope you guys that are joining me have shared this because so many of us walking in the dysfunction of insanity. I'm going to say that again. There are so many people operating in the dysfunction of insanity, and we don't know how to pull ourselves together. And nobody's talking about this because we don't want to call anybody out. We don't want to embarrass ourselves. We don't want to, we got an image that we're trying to uphold. Let's talk about it. As I leave, 6 ways to save our sanity. This is the SOS. Number 1, learn to walk away. Learn to walk away. Proverbs 29:11 says something that's very, very interesting to me. It says that a fool uttereth all in his mind, but a wise man keeps it in until afterwards. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. A fool utters everything in his mind. If it comes in his mind, it's coming out his mouth. But a wise man keeps it in until afterwards. Learn how to walk away. Everything doesn't require a response. You do not have to push back on everything. You do not have to always have the last word. You do not always have to have an opinion. Learn how to walk away. I said this one time as a mic drop. Elevate your perception. Elevate who you are. Elevate your integrity, because fools entertain from the floor. My mama used to say, do you know how to stop a fool from being a fool? Stop giving him your attention. Fools entertain from the floor. So listen, level up, go higher. Sometimes you got to know how to just walk away. 6 ways to SOS, save our sanity. Learn how to walk away. Say to yourself, that's not worth it. That ain't biblical. A fool utters everything in his mind, but a wise man keeps it until afterwards. That means give yourself some time to think about it. Stop letting people get you all out of your emotions, get you all out of character. Wait a minute. Let me back up. Let me think about this. Let me process it. Let me see how I really feel about it before I just blurt out, before I just act out, before I just go left, before I just start posting, before I just send that crazy text. Learn how to walk away. Number 2, I'm talking about 6 ways to save your sanity as I leave. Number 2, reframe your expectations. Hey, Aunt Kate, thank you. Reframe your expectations. The Bible talks about, I think in Psalms 118:8, that it's better to trust the Lord than to put your confidence in man. And so what happens is we have unrealistic expectations. That's why we feel like we're going to lose our mind. We put people too high on the pedestal. We put ourselves too high on the pedestal. We think we can get it all done at the same time in one breath without getting tired, without tapping out, without running out of money, without people not supporting us. Reframe your expectations. Say to yourself, I'm one person. And I can only do this thing a little bit at a time. I can only take it one day at a time. I'm losing my mind because I have unrealistic expectations. That's a mic drop for somebody. Reframe your expectations. I'm losing my mind because the truth is I have unrealistic expectations. I'm expecting people to never fail me and then get mad when they do. I'm expecting people to never walk away and then get an attitude when I'm abandoned. I'm expecting people to be perfect and then I don't know how to respond when I see that they've messed up. I'm expecting myself to be a superhero and then I'm looking crazy when I don't add up, when things don't happen the right way. Reframe your expectation. Number 3, listen to this one. Pause social media. Oh yeah. Sometimes you got to put social media on pause. And now that sounds strange because I am a social media influencer. But I have to realize that if you stay so immersed in social media, you'll start looking at people who have more, who reframe, R-E-F-R-A-M-E, reframe your emotions, your expectations. And so number 3 is pause social media. I didn't say turn it off. I didn't say walk away from it. I said pause it. Sometimes you've got to walk away because you'll keep seeing people doing great and being great. I've been guilty of it. And you'll start saying, why don't I have that? Why aren't I living like that? Man, why do they get this? Why are they winning and I'm not? How did that happen so quick for them and not for me? You've got to pause it sometimes. You've got to say, wait a minute, I got real life on the other side of social media. Uh-oh, I just dropped the mic. Can I say that again? I have a real life on the other side of social media. That's why my social media can be about my real life experience, is because I pause social media and say, hey, wait a minute, I got life I got to live. And then I'll dip in and give you a piece of that because I want to share that. But I've got to pause social media because I have real life on the other side of it. And sometimes we're losing our minds because we're staying so engrossed into social media that we're comparing ourselves to unrealistic expectations. That's number 3. Even the Bible in 1 John 2:16 says that for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, that's not of the Father, that's of the world. If you always got your eyes open looking to see what is everybody else doing, what did they eat for dinner, what is she wearing today, then you're going to turn around and internalize it. Look at yourself, but I don't have that, but I'm not doing that, but that doesn't work for me. Pause social media and tell yourself, I got life on the other side of social media. I have real life. There are children that's waiting for me to spend time with them. I got a boo that I need to spend some quality time with. There's a world out there for me to experience. There is purpose for me to walk in. Pause social media. I didn't say you have to turn it off. Pause it so that you can get to living and not lose your mind. Number 4, set better boundaries. This is a big one. Let me say this again for the people in the back. Set better boundaries. You want to get to the point where you stop feeling like you're going to lose your mind? Start setting some boundaries. Here's a boundary. No. It's a complete sentence. No, not today. I'll get back with you when I can. I don't have it. It's not in the budget. Here's a bold one. I don't want to. Uh-oh, some of y'all getting scared, getting heart palpitations right now because you've never did it before. Set better boundaries. You feel like you're losing your mind because you don't have any boundaries. You don't have a line that you've drawn to say, no, this is it. Now, after this, I'm not doing it. Now, you have 2 more times, but once you get to this one, that's it for me. Set better boundaries. Not today. Just because your phone rings doesn't mean you have to answer it. Just because you get a notification doesn't mean you have to go run see what it is. A lot of us, I just said at the beginning of this mic drop, rest in peace isn't just for the dead. Some of us are alive and can't rest in peace because we don't have any boundaries. We don't know how to say, don't call me after 10 o'clock. We don't know how to get 8 hours of sleep. We don't know how to say, I still haven't done what I need to do. So no, I can't help you. No, I don't want to. I can't go. Not this time. I'm so sorry, but no, it's a no. I have a shirt that says, I would, but I don't want to. I could, but I don't want to. I don't want to. No. It's going to help you save your sanity. Number 5, have more fun. Some of y'all didn't even see that one coming. Have more fun. John 10:10, God even said, listen, I came so that you will have life and not just have it more abundantly. Abundant means have it in great multitude, have it overwhelming. He wants you to have overwhelming joy and overwhelming peace and overwhelming happiness and be fulfilled. He wants your cup to run over. But guess what? We out there losing our minds because we don't know how to have fun. Honey, somebody act like they want to do something fun with you and you start looking like, fun? I can't have fun. You think it's blasphemy. You think you're going to hell to have because you're going to have fun. I'm taking this week off and I'm going to the beach. What? Your stomach start going into knots because you're thinking about everybody that's looking for something for you. Oh God, but I got to be in church because if I don't, the people, listen, have more fun. Some of you guys, you act like if you feel yourself starting to bust out laughing, you almost choke. Your stomach start hurting. You getting ready to have a heart attack because you don't even know how to laugh. You think you need permission. Listen, have more fun. It's okay. My husband and I went to the comedy show a couple of weeks ago when we first moved to Columbia, and we had a blast. It was hilarious. We just had a blast. We got away from our environment and had fun. My daughter keeps me having fun. She used to say, all right, tonight is filter night. We're going to put on silly filters and we're just going to laugh at ourselves. Have fun. Some of you all are so uptight. You act like it's just you and Jesus alone. It's not just you and Jesus. It's you, Jesus, your family, the people in the world, folks you got to see, and they don't need you. You're not going to heaven because you're walking around with a tight face and a tight mouth. Listen, have more fun. People just begging you, listen, let's go to the movies. Let's go out to eat and just have fun. It don't have to be Bible study. Well, if we go eat, we need to make sure we include Bible study. Let's have some fun. Come on now. I hope I'm setting somebody free tonight. Have more fun. You're wondering why you're about to lose your mind because you're not living life. You're just existing in life. Oh, you're not living it. You're just existing in it. And last but not least, I know I'm stepping on toes. It's tight, but it's right. Last but not least, number 6 ways to save our sanity. Tune things out. It's the last one I got for you tonight. Tune things out. The Bible says in 2 Thessalonians 2:2, it says that ye be not soon shaken in mind. A lot of the reasons why we're about to lose our mind is because we let too much in. Tune things out. Everything. There is something called white noise. Have you ever been working or concentrating on something? Maybe you were looking at your phone, watching a funny video, and you were in a restaurant, and your child can be right next to you saying, Mama, Mama, and you just watching it and just white noise. Why can't we do that in real life? The naysayers, tune them out. The haters, tune them out. The people that won't click like on your Facebook page, tune them out. The people that's looking at you sideways because you tried something new with your hair, tune them out. The people that has their nose tooted up because you're walking into purpose, tune things out. Tune it out. You have to say, listen, if it is not in line with my purpose, if it's not going to help cultivate my peace, and if it's not going to bring me prosperity, then I don't need it. Oh, did you hear me? I hope somebody caught that because I'm going to have to watch that to remember it. You've got to tune it out. You got to put your blinders on. I don't see it. I don't hear it. I don't know it. And I don't want to. Tune things out. Listen, I'm Elisa LaShell, the Empowerment Specialist, and this has been another segment of Mic Drop Monday, where tonight we dealt with the SOS, Save Our Sanity, because our peace matters. Those of you guys that felt like you were losing your mind, I gave you 5 F's that make you think you're losing your minds. I showed you in psychotherapy where you can deal with a state of hyperarousal or disassociation that make you feel like you're losing your mind. And then I sat down and I gave you ways to bring that thing back on in. I hope, and my desire in prayer is that I was able to give you some help, some hope, and some healing. Until next Monday, same time, same place. I'm Elisa LaShell, the Empowerment Specialist. If you are not already following me, listen, I have a YouTube page. Make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube page so that you can see my videos. I usually upload all of these videos onto YouTube. So if you're not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe to YouTube. Follow me here on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. I have a website, elisalashell.com. If you want to schedule some sessions with me, just anything, make sure that you guys are reaching out. If this segment blessed you in any kind of way, make sure you let me know. I am so grateful to all of you all that tuned in. Make sure, if you haven't already, that you share this video to help somebody else get to the point where they are saying, hey, listen, my peace matters. And so as I leave, the last thing I want to tell you is protect your peace. I'm Elisa LaShell, the Empowerment Specialist. See you guys next time.